Hello, this is Christoph with Kaiserworks presenting 346. This is the building directly adjacent to 500 East Thomas. So our three-story Beetle building is just off screen here to the right. This will be our um, open paver entry drive, substantially wide given what's being imposed upon us by the city of Phoenix. So this will be a substantial drive aisle area over here to the right of the existing house. And our initial flinch, and I think per our last conversation, we were going to move in this direction here. So this direction being parapet roof to conceal our mechanical equipment, simple, clean line, white stucco box. Stucco could take on some of the materiality that we're looking at for the Beetle building, or it could be simple white stucco. The variation for 346 would be presumably that we would be coming off the building with a trellis to provide shaded outdoor seating in front of the building. And we have sketches that have developed in that direction, but a larger potential opportunity has been at the forefront of our minds, and we want to pitch this to you and see what your thoughts are. We also need to check if what we're proposing in this following sketch is beyond what we can do based on what has been communicated already to the community about what's being proposed for these three properties adjacent to 500 East Thomas. So here we're looking at a sketch that, in my view, is going to be something that has more gravity. It's going to pull people into the project more so than a single story building. It also, I think, mediates the height variation better than a single story building would do. So you have to imagine, again, it'd be very useful actually to have our 500 East Thomas just off screen here so you could see the height difference. But add another 15 feet of height and you'd have the top of our Beetle building just off screen to the right. And what we're proposing in this sketch may not necessarily be additional second story square footage per se. This actually started with the idea of, hey, can we take some of the seating that we're proposing on the east side of the building because of the traffic that's on the right hand side over here? Can we take some of that and put it in a roof terrace? And that does a few things. It gets people away from the vehicles, it gives people a view, and it also brings people at or to a scale where there's some sort of connection with the Beetle building directly across the way, where you're going to have this large open corner communicating somewhat to this large open corner for the restaurant space. Architecturally as well, from a sort of architectural language standpoint, this feels more like office or retail in this rendering that we did for 336. And again, we can manipulate that with things like an overhead trellis and vines and things like that, where it begins to feel more like a restaurant. Definitely possible. But we do feel there's potentially a larger opportunity here to do something of an architectural folly. In this case, what we're proposing is a welded wire mesh form that becomes this large chia pet, this large vine box that vines grow on. And then within that, you discover some of the remnant of this existing house that was. So, for example, this CMU block wall on the interior here would be a sandblasted, potentially sandblasted portion of the existing house. That becomes a drink rail that people are sitting at. They're looking through this stacking slider moment here, and then directly above them we would, instead of doing the truss package that we would do if we were taking this approach, we would be doing a reinforced occupiable truss package that would come across here, allowing people to gain access to this roof deck above. And if there is any second floor interior area, it would be simplified or relegated to potentially a bathroom and stair access getting you down to the first floor below. So these are some thoughts. This is a big idea, and we've been a little bit timid about even presenting this, because if we like this idea, this is something that we have to take back to Ben. It'll be something that will have to be discussed with the neighbors beyond. Our hope and our feel is that this is a bigger play and most likely worth the additional investment. This is more costly than simply putting a parapet roof on, but it's also something that's gonna grab a lot more attention, and it sort of is its own standalone piece that I think is going to earn its value in what's in the people that it will bring to the site. So we look forward to your thoughts on this. Thank you.